fabricators and buffing the dendrites, and I think I finally hit a decent spot for now. But yeah, we had problems like a month ago where fabricators just couldn't lose. It was bad. It was very, very, very hard for the dendrites to win.
Yeah, I will say that in the games that I played with my brother, it did feel fairly fair. If I lost or he lost, it was for an obvious reason. Like, I didn't have enough income happening.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's in a pretty good spot. I haven't had a lot of people playtesting, but my co-designer and I are pretty well matched, so I usually use that as a...
Sounds like a decent base mark.
Yeah, a baseline. So for people who are watching this either while it's live or in the replay, this is my StarCraft 2 total conversion mod, S.C.R.A.P. It has very little, if anything, to do with actual StarCraft 2. It just happens to be that I built it there. So everything you see is custom. All the rules are different from what you see in StarCraft, and we'll go from there. I'm playing the Fabricators faction. It's based around this big square guy here. He is the central unit. He is the most important unit in the faction, and he right now is attacking a building to get the resources out of it. Resources in S.C.R.A.P are similar in a lot of ways to more to trees in Warcraft than minerals. So you can see these piles of metal. These are the harvesters, scrappers. They're harvesting this scrap metal and they're returning it to this giant flying refinery called a foreman. One of my principles in S.C.R.A.P is that everything has a tactical and economic value. So scrappers are combat units as well as harvesters. The foreman is a support unit. It's not just there for a refinery. Buildings actually provide passive updates to units, as well as unlocking units and providing actual upgrades to be researched. So everything has more than one function in this game. There's not just something that just does one thing or is one thing all by itself. Another thing that I'm pretty proud of is I've slightly improved worker management over what I feel like a lot of other RTS do. This is more like Command and Conquer, where if you move a worker, it will find resources near it and go about its business. In the top middle, you'll see that I'm slowly losing points. What that is, it's kind of like what you would see in a game like Company of Heroes or Dawn of War, where Crescendo, who's playing with me, is kind enough to join me today, and I are playing, and as we capture bases, whoever has more bases will cause the other player to slowly lose points over time, and the first person to 0 loses, and the other player, of course, would win. So that's what's going on. That's kind of the baseline. So right now I'm just building workers, I'm killing buildings, and I'm building another construction hub. Construction hubs are kind of like Conyards from Command & Conquer. They build all the structures in the game.
And I am building probes and pylons.
No, he's of course kidding. So you heard, I think maybe that I don't have enough minerals, and it's just because some of the shouts, the barks, something are left over from the original game. That's all that's going on there. Okay. So I think I'm using a unit that Crescendo hasn't seen yet. It'll be interesting to see what happens there.
No. No making of units. That's not legit.
So I don't know if you've seen demo rigs yet, or excavators.
Oh, yeah, I made them when I was playing Fabricator against my brother.
Okay. Awesome. So those things that look like observers are actually drones that are built by his base unit. his
my
base structure.
Run away!
The dendrites are a lot more defensive focused in many ways than the fabricators, so it's a little harder to take a base off of them. But that's because the fabricators are a lot sturdier.
Not enough minerals.
You've let me.
God damn it!
Additional supply.
You should attack with your assemblers. I recently, actually today,
What are assemblers?
the circle guys, the building unit.
Oh no, they don't have that ability yet. I can't remember which building does that.
No. When they attack, it actually does that now. It actually.
Rip.
Okay.
So game 1 has gone exactly as I was expecting. That's a lot of freaking units.
Yeah, I'm attacking with basically everything I have. Oh no. I get my So my fabricator uses energy to build units, and now he's out because he's been attacked. So I've got to pull him away. I'm just going to kill this Axon.
I'm just going to keep on with the original plan. I just need to be a little bit more careful about the original plan.
Additional supply is required.
Bitches. More money, more bitches.
Okay, let's see. I haven't killed the mobile battery yet. Come on, let's go take that. You go back to base. So one important concept that's been actually really, really hard to teach players is that energy is really important. So a lot of units have energy, like in StarCraft. The difference is units in this game tend to use energy as ammunition.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah. So with your concussors, those circle guys, the little circle guys, I guess I should say, the kind of ring-shaped guys, what they do is the more energy they have, the more damage they do.
Mm-hmm.
And as they lose,
I was wondering why they seemed inconsistent.
yes, and as they lose energy, they actually lose damage.
Additional supply depot
Oh
is
boy.
required.
Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot of.
Oh, hello.
Shouldn't get up
I had a
close.
feeling you might be in the middle, stealing all those minerals from me. That is not happening today. No, get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get out of here. These are my resources. These are mine. They are not yours. They are mine.
Let's see. I think I got one of your. I think you're gonna get the other one though. Okay, time for a tactical withdrawal. I don't have the.
Yes,
Stuffed.
get out of there. That is not your place to be. Oh my god, you took most of my resources. How dare you?
Okay, let's get up here. Need to.
This reminds me of too many Zerg versus Terran games I've lost. I'm not going to overcommit.
Okay, so I need to get my.
Okay.
Here we go. Get back on track. So, one of the things that is important to know about scrap is. Okay,
Runs out too quickly.
yeah, so the resource runs out really quickly, and you have to continually seek out new sources of it. Okay. Let's come down here. I have really been slacking off and training scrappers.
Additional supply depot is required.
But I mean, that's good.
Yeah, for you. The other thing is, if you need a quick burst of resources, it's really easy to just kill a building, and grab the resources out of it.
And killing buildings is another way of keeping resources nearer to your home base, so you don't constantly have to send your probes in super dangerous spots. Ah.
I've actually...
No, they're my resources. Get effed. Out of here. I got them first. Now I run. I said I run. No.
Okay. So now, so the other thing that you have to do is when you get to the end of the tech tree, you have to kind of make a choice between one of two paths. So for the fabricators, it's metallics or magnetics. And for the dendrites, which Crescendo's playing, he has to choose between. Give me a second. I know this. I should know this. He has to choose.
Nano and something else.
Yeah, it's nanotech and quantum.
That's the one. That actually leads me to a question I've been meaning to ask. What the hell is the difference between the two? I think Nano boosts drones, but what's the other one do?
So yeah, so nanotech is about drones. Quantum is about basically debuffs. So each faction has a couple of kind of key pillars that they like to focus on. Oh, that is a big old army.
Yeah, nah, bro, you are not coming in here.
Yeah, I don't have the right stuff to do that yet. So I'm making, I think, the riskier choice. Making a couple of risky choices right now with my tech. Come on. So, kind of like Dawn of War, you have to choose
Additional supply depots required.
often between
Not enough.
upgrades that are very, very different, and sometimes choosing an upgrade will invalidate another upgrade. Oh boy. So what this is there's neutral guys on the map. Some of them give you additional resources. Some of them do things like these guys give your units energy. So units in this, unlike in many other games, don't generate energy on their own. They have to return to base to gain energy. So these mobile batteries act as a mobile base to regenerate unit energy over time. Oh no.
It's the one that I don't have. I think is it that one that I don't have? I can never remember which buildings I have or don't have.
Okay, let's introduce a new ability
okay.
to the game.
No, don't do that. I don't like when you
I
do that.
think you've seen Flame Dispersal before, actually.
Go away.
Yeah, so this is kind of a worst case scenario for dendrites. My death ball is getting pretty big right now. Also, I have researched an upgrade that allows units to gain bonus attack and move speed when they've been healed. And since my units have been hurt, that is going to... Now what I'm going to do, since I've...
Wait, you did what? It's gone. Oh, no. Why am I doing something?
Let's see, it's very unlikely I'm going to get that killed before it spawns into something.
No, please keep on trying.
Okay. We're going to do this. It's going down.
Ah! Oh my god! No! I've changed my mind.
Okay. I want to get my N tier stuff out, so I just have to remember... Oh, I have to actually...
So that you can properly embarrass me.
Okay. So I'm in a little bit of trouble because I don't have a good source of resources right now. So this often happens in Scrap. This is actually one of the... This is intended. That it's really easy to just kind of run out of...
I have a high ground.
Yeah, I have flying units though, so it doesn't help as much as you might hope.
Hush.
Of course, my units are all woefully out of position. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of snipers. That's just a lot. That's just, oh my gosh. Get out. Get out. Get out. I've got no resources left. That's good. So more than the high ground, he's taken the center of the map, which is very... Oh, let's get him. Very bad for me at the moment.
Yes, that is what I like to hear. The techno trees shall triumph.
Okay, I got some resources now. I got some resource availability now. So I have to be able to build a substation before I... Well, if you're going to bring the fight to
Not
me...
if I can help it. Oh, holy shit! What? What in the ever-loving fuck?
So this is where it gets interesting for fabricators, because most of my army right now is scrappers. And my opponent has the advantage.
Your opponent has no idea what he's doing.
Well, you have the advantage that you right now have more bases than me, so I'm slowly losing just by the fact that you have that going on.
Oh, that is a good point. I should make sure that stays that way.
Okay, so I am building one of the only buildings that can be built anywhere. That's not a turret. The substation can be built at a base, and if it is, like so, it actually helps protect the base. So if I lose my construction hub, I lose all of the buildings attached to it. But with a substation, it'll actually serve as a separate construction hub and keep the building under your control. Also, my tech branch that I'm using... give me a second. I lose track of what I'm saying while I'm...
Yes, forget to make
tech branch,
things.
the tech branch that I'm using gets a big benefit when their units have full energy. I have to save up for that research, but when I get that, that'll be my big combat advantage. And I am building... I think a unit that my opponent maybe hasn't seen yet. So that'll be interesting. The circuit breaker is one of the ultimate crowd control units in the game.
No, that's not allowed.
It only affects units that have energy.
Wait, what you... No, you go away from there. You go the hell away from there. Das ist verboten. Das ist verboten.
So we'll see how the circuit...
Du darfst nicht. Aus, raus.
We will see how the circuit breaker does.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes. Okay. So I'm disabling your drone controllers. I've dropped landmines under your... Oh no, you've got the...
Fuck off. No. Oh, this is bad.
Oh, I see you're dropping the turrets.
Yeah, I'm trying to do everything in my power to not die right now, and it's not working. Oh no, what's attacking me? What's a foreman? Go away. Oh no, go away. Go away.
Okay, so let's
No.
take out these turrets. Pull my fabricator back.
Okay, I need to be clever about where
Oh,
I
you
put
stole my circuit breaker from me.
Good. Good. Every little bit helps.
I've
Every
tried to
little
make
bit helps.
units that are interesting to play as. I think you killed all of my absorbers.
I think that right now it doesn't matter.
You're still winning
Unless-
you're still winning in terms of points, and that's kind of the point of the points.
Yeah, but how long can I maintain the base advantage having lost everything and no additional resources coming in? That's, I think, the point where things snowball out of my control.
Yeah, that's the intent, is that once the okay. I'm doing okay now. See, oh boy, I have no resources either. So with the fabricators, form and heal, which is great for them and for the units. The problem is every time you heal, every unit that is healed costs resources. So it's possible to very quickly run out of resources from healing. Oh, you should get those absorbers out of there. And all of your...
No, they're my resources. Mine.
Actually, this is... back out of this. So that absorber is using arc field, and it damages everything near it while it's attacking. So...
Yes, take damage. Oh, wait, I can't transform it while it's doing that?
So
Lessons
anyway,
learned.
with I had a point to make, and as soon as my brain starts working again, I will make it. With the fabricators, attrition looks like units losing health, because as units lose health and as they get low on health, it costs resources to replenish that. And fabricators units are mostly relatively sturdy. With the dendrites, you have to replace units often, and that's your cost. So drone units don't have a lot of hit points; they're replaced a lot, and it costs a little bit each time you have to rebuild them. So with the drone units, with the dendrites, you can really quickly run out of resources by replacing drone units. With the fabricators, you can do the same thing with healing.
Lessons learned the hard way.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make, but my brain wasn't working. So one of the other cool things about the game, because resources are so important, you can steal buildings from your opponent. So you see over here, I've captured this base location from my enemy, and I have this manipulation core. I can't do anything with it, but I can sell it to get the resources from it. So my demolition rig comes over here. I recycle it. Once he's done.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you could go steal one of my bases and sell my buildings off. The dendrites...
I'll go do that right now with my massive army.
The dendrites, they actually have a global ability from their axon. One of their buildings enables it. Oh, I never researched that upgrade. Let me research that now. Peak performance. Now, as my units get full energy, they start to move and attack faster.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. That's not legit.
You shouldn't. Now, the other thing I can do, since I'm behind in resources, is I can come down here. Not behind on resources, behind on victory points. I can come down... Oh, no. Already got it. Crescendo already got the... So there's these creep camps.
Yep, get wrecked.
And when you fight the creep camps, you actually gain victory points. So that's a way to... There's an economy to it. And actually, when you kill a base, it also gives you additional victory points. That's a way to kind of come back into the game if you're behind. So...
Additional supply depots required.
Okay. So see, this pickup here, the scrap salvage, that is resources. And then when I kill all three of them, it'll drop... where is it? Oh, I haven't killed them yet. There, that data core will give... When I pick that up, it'll give me victory points. See, now I have 170 instead of 160. And now Crescendo and I are at the same place victory points-wise.
Which I do not like.
Okay, so I have... See this blue ball above this unit? Now he moves and attacks faster because he's got full energy. So the end tier upgrades, they're optional, but they can be pretty fun. So I pulled out my other end tier unit, this inverter here. It's not finished. There's still an ability. I'm working on getting into the game, but it does have a railgun, and railguns are awesome. So we'll go with that. Let's see. I'm gonna get another.
No, I don't have enough minerals yet for my defensive thingy. Ah, stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so I got to take out that synapse before it steals any of my units.
Which has happened.
Yeah, well, there's some counterplay to it because synapses can take control of units like the absorber, but absorbers they're an anti-spellcaster unit, so they actually interrupt spellcasting. I see. Now I killed that base, and now I have.
Let's
Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can kill some of these guys with railgun. Let's see. Let's. Oh, we moved them out of the way. Good split.
Oh my god, that has a wide. Oh, GG. Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, so I'm still messing with the sell the. So I got to sell the buildings off, sell the enemy buildings. That way, if he gets it, it's also fun. It's just a fun visual to sell an enemy.
It's just not right. It's just not right.
I gotta kill his Axon before his Axon kills my guys. Those drones add up over time. They don't do a lot of damage with each shot, but there's actually an upgrade that lets you get more drones, and it increases the number of Axon drones by 2. You also, by the way, win if you control all 7 bases. Once you control all 7 bases, you immediately win.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's kind of a coup de grace sort of thing. So if I take control of the last base, although if you don't have any Axons or any assemblers when I kill your base, then I win. I also win by eliminating you.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably
you found my last little base there, and I'm just interested to see whether I'd run out of points faster than it would take you to actually kill me.
Let's see.
But it looks like you're going to be able to kill me faster than I run out of points.
So yeah, I wanted with the win condition, I wanted there to be a lot of different things you could do to influence it, a lot of different ways to win.